Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. Two teams more than ready to get this one started, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Watson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. This is caught. It's Woods. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. They'll give him 4 yards there, and they're going to face a 3rd down, and they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. And they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting. Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Watson now to throw. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams there to make the grab. And the Packers are on the board here first in the season opener. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
Makes the score Packers 7, Vikings nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a give running right. It's Cook. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw pulled in by Jefferson. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now here's a throw that's complete. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Mayfield with it once more. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. from the shotgun. It's Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Packers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
The Packers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On first down, it's Watson. This one swung out here to Jones. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And that's complete to Adams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Watson. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now Cook running right, looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Throwing, Mayfield. Looking deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now Watson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Watson looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call. But they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
After the interception, here's Watson. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll run on first down. Jones, and not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Now it's Watson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Vikings are going to have it here as they start at their own 7.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Back near his goal line. Here's Mayfield. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Yeah, this is taken at the 23. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 44 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Watson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw, Watson. Looking deep for Adams. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they were going for the big strike right there, but this just terrific coverage by the defense in the end zone.
And what helps being a safety in this spot is the back line of the end zone. Defensive back coaches always preach. That's an extra defender because you know that they can only run so far. They can't run past you out of the back of the end zone. Then you know you can't be beat over the top. It gives you a chance to go make a play. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On first down, it's Cook. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Cook. Cook, a first down and more. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings! The word with Dalvin Cook is explosiveness. I'm not sure there's anybody in the league that has the acceleration that he does, and he put it to good effect there. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd.
Packers 9.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice system. And now Watson throws another interception. picked off by Paulson Adebo. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and the lead is up to 8. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Faking the give. Now Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot. Couldn't connect. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over it.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 119 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. To throw, Mayfield. That's complete to Slayton. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On 1st and 10, Watson. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Watson on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Packers get a score closer. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. And it's good, so that will get them back within one score.
Packers 16.
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now we'll throw here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he spins away. And he gets it down to the 32. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Open space inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Vikings are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Watson now to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Well, 193 yards rushing for him now here in Week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. Shreds the tackle. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives them the first down yardage there.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. We saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they could look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence to give up that many points. Even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Vikings,